Cool. So that way I know I'll have a... Alright, I'm just gonna go and take a whistle with my schnizzle, my lizard schnizzle. And then we'll do it!
Okay.
The first live stream on the store.
You said I might make some cash tonight?
Sorry?
You said I might make some cash tonight?
Well, we already made a sale.
Of what?
My mom bought a shirt.
No way.
Yeah.
So how much is that? $30?
She bought a shirt and she bought the single.
Nice.
I think it's like $45 altogether.
No way. So that's like $22 each?
It's whatever it is, yeah, 20-something bucks each.
Nice.
See, you just made $20 off your music.
There you go. It's the second biggest payday I've ever had off music. No, it's like a four.
And this is just the very, very wee beginnings of what this could turn into.
Because, no, I think one time I sold a whole bunch of CDs. That was just the one time.
Yeah.
It's always like,
Well, we're building a machine here.
So do you don't mind if I start off with the fall?
Well, I want you to.
Okay.
That'd be amazing. Please do.
Okay.
All right, 1 minute to go.
See if anybody signs up, right?
Hmm?
We'll see who signs up.
I think we'll see them in the chat. So I think what's gonna happen is that, yeah, it's on now. So there's no more countdown. This thing is happening.
We're on live now? So how many people are on?
Well, no one's logged in yet.
Oh, there you go.
But, you know, for all of those folks that are, oh yeah, this is over here. I guess I should be looking up at that camera over there.
Yeah, really. So do we start?
It might look a little weird. Well, I don't even have to be looking at the camera. I can be like looking at you,
Could be.
you know, and not worry about the camera.
True.
Actually, this doesn't look so bad. Now it looks like I'm looking at the camera.
Okay.
And like where you are,
Yeah, I'm not looking at it. I'm looking.
we want to maybe move this back a little bit to get a little bit more
people
of.
watching anyway, so if I make a mistake, it's not a big deal.
See, now we can see your hands on
Yeah.
the guitar, which is good.
So what time is it? Exactly 8?
8 o'clock. Yeah, we're rolling.
Okay.
This is live. So right now we don't have anyone in the chat yet, but for all you folks that are watching this as a video on demand or as a video rental later on in the Enabler Records shop, thank you so much for taking an interest in our music and what we're trying to do, and witnessing, experiencing the first ever Enabler Records live stream featuring the artist extraordinaire Misha Gelman. How you doing, Mish?
Good. Good.
It's good to have you here.
Thanks.
I love hanging out with you and
Yeah, it's
talking about music.
It's great.
And
Play music.
I enjoy, talking about music, playing music, coaxing Misha into letting me put his videos up on TikTok, and doing our best to leverage all this crazy technology to create an audience for Misha's music. Oh, look, there's somebody in the chat.
Nice.
It's my sister.
Great.
Yes, I'm going to say hello.
Hello. Hello.
There is like a 15-second delay
Oh,
between what we're actually doing here and what people are seeing out on the internet, on the store. So if I don't respond to your messages right away, it's probably because of that. But that's great, Alice. You're the first person that came in, and like I can see you in the chat, so you exist. You're there, so we know this is all working. I think that's what the most important thing for this first one is, just being like, does this thing even work? Is this on? I'm assuming that if you don't hear us, you'll tell us that you can't hear what we're doing. So I checked in the store earlier, and I noticed that my folks bought tickets and your folks did, so hopefully we'll see them in here. Yes, Alice says she's glad to be here. Amazing. Well, let's not delay any longer, because you're watching this as a video rental, you're like, oh God, are they just going to wait for all their parents to show up before they do anything? So they're late, it's their loss. I'm sure they'll be here. Oh, good. Alice says it sounds great. That's super. Yeah. I got my Samsung desktop mic here, and, it's on cardioid mode. I think that's good. And we've got a halfway decent webcam for this, so hopefully it looks alright. You can see my gym equipment pretty clearly, I think. My piano. No, that's over here. Yeah, piano. So Misha, I think you're going to kick it off with something brand new, eh?
Yeah, I was thinking, would you rather ask me something beautiful or the brand new one? Because we're kind of.
I think like the freshest thing, like let's just kick it off with like the latest and greatest thing.
It's a sad one though, but.
Hey man,
Okay.
emotions.
This one's called The Fall. I wrote it like 5 days ago, 6, 7 days ago. All right, sure.
Yeah, I love it. Fresh,
Okay.
hot off the press.
I don't wanna be in competition with anyone else, no. There's so many lessons you learn until you take the fall. I don't want a relationship, I just want reverse. It's like driving your car right in reverse. I don't want anything from anyone else at all. Just need to get some cash to help me through it all. I wanna make up my mind into it all. That's just how it goes into the forever all. I tried so hard, but I fell so hard. Tried so hard, but I fell so hard. Fell so hard. I tried so hard, but I fell so hard. Tried so hard, but I fell so hard. Fell so hard. I don't wanna be left behind with nobody else. There's something about this life that doesn't make any sense. It's like falling into emptiness. And what about all of the spiritual crisis? I tried so hard, but I fell so hard. Tried so hard, but I fell so hard. Fell so hard. I tried so hard, but I fell so hard. Tried so hard, but I fell so hard. Fell so hard.
Nice, man.
Thanks, man.
I love that kind of like meditative quality in your voice and in that section.
At the end,
Yeah, in the kind of instrumental part
right?
of the
Well,
song.
it's kind of an easy song. It's only a week old.
Yeah.
I almost made a mistake. I got through.
Yeah, that's a quality I notice in your music a lot, is like a kind of like drone note kind of thing,
Yeah.
where you'll do like notes like ringing out, and
Yeah.
I think that's what kind of contributes to it sounding a little bit like, I don't know, like if the right word is Eastern or Eastern
No,
influenced,
Maybe
or
it's Eastern or something.
yeah. And do you think that might be attributable to your time in India?
Maybe. Well, that's when I started singing after I came out from India. I was just guitarist before that, of course, and then, as we know, because we played together, and then after India is when I started writing songs. So,
Right.
yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't know that you. Yeah, that's right. You were more like writing riffs
For
and connecting
freedom.
riffs together. Because
Right.
our band was instrumental.
Yeah.
Misha and I were in a band called Exit Freedom with some of the other buddies of ours, and it was like all of these really long, kind of instrumental pieces, and then over time you sort of started to kind of condense
The words started
things
coming out.
into more like shorter form songs.
Right. Well, I think I wrote my first song was with you, and I was feeling with Euthanasia when I was 14.
Oh yeah, that goes back a bit.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get BJ in one of these live streams one day, the singer
Yeah.
from Exit
I don't know if
Freedom.
you can remember how to sing it though.
Yeah,
It's a long time ago.
maybe if I boost the post, it'll go out wide enough so that BJ will hear about it
That'd be cool.
and sign up. It's I actually forgot about something important, which is that, and it's not on the set list, so I'm hoping that you will indulge me and we can find some way to work it in to the set list at some point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
Oh,
my son Charlie, who is here, he says hi in the chat,
cool.
and I think probably one of his favorite songs is "On My Hands," and I
haven't
told him
practiced it.
that he could that you would dedicate it to him tonight.
Well, I haven't practiced it. That's the problem.
Well,
if
let's
I'd known before, maybe I could have rehearsed it. It's been a
Yeah.
while.
Well, let's maybe come back to it later.
Okay.
Let's let the idea sink
Okay.
in.
Yeah.
You know.
So are we beautiful now, or?
Yeah, I mean, why not? So, this is kind of why we're all here is to celebrate the launch of Misha's second single. The first single that we did together was "On My Hands," and that was kind of our first outing, kind of going through the whole process of, working together, producing together, and then doing what we can to launch a record label together. Essentially, Misha's the first artist on the label, and it's a label that's dedicated to to raising awareness around musicians' health issues, mental health and physical health, and supporting artists that suffer from those things, as well as supporting organizations that we believe in, that work in the mental health space and work specifically with musicians.
Or giving money to musicians would be good too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and so part of this is about trying to come up with ways of monetizing what Misha's doing, and we're creating music, and we're also creating branded lines of merchandise that we're releasing in limited quantities in conjunction with releasing the songs. So you can see there's a merch table. So if there's anything there that you like, there's t-shirts, there's sweatshirts, there's actually NFTs that you can buy. I think that I did a limited edition run of like 40 of these Misha Gelman Something Beautiful NFTs, non-fungible tokens, and they're generative. You might have been hearing in the news about generative AI. So these are generative AI NFTs. And so they have different colored backgrounds, and we have a character. You might have noticed that there's Something Beautiful artwork has a character.
Just nice outfit. I love what you did with that.
Yeah, we were lucky enough to work with a really great visual artist called Melanie Greenwood. And she was also kind enough to lend her name to the NFT collection. So it's the Misha Gelman Something Beautiful NFT by Melanie Greenwood at Vision City, I believe. Hope I'm not getting that wrong. Vision City Studios out of Toronto. So anyway, yeah, without further ado, this is our second outing now, Something Beautiful. And it's fun just doing this and trying to improve each time we come out with a new song, and
This is something beautiful.
and this is it.
Calling on some powerful to come and save me from this hell. I need a vacation
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's nice to hear that one.
Yeah, I love the production we did. You did. Put a great production on that one. It sounds really good, all produced.
Yeah, no,
First week
thank you.
I finally have a good production of something. It worked out really well.
It's
I'm
all.
happy with what you did with it.
It's always nice when you can do something with a song and that, you know, it kind of helps to fulfill the vision of the song, hopefully, and that,
That's great.
you know, it's not so far removed from what you were imagining in the first place, you know, like.
You really zoned in on something cool that one. I really like, because I don't usually think in terms of country, but it does have a really cool country vibe, the production.
Yeah, it's sort of like was hinting at, I think, in a bit of a commercial direction, and
Right.
like with the kind of rhythms and the beat that I kind of heard for that, and then it just kind of seemed to naturally want to kind of go maybe in that direction. And I mean, admittedly, I'm just like a huge fan of pedal steel, so
Right.
you know, if I can ever have an excuse to get a pedal steel in a song, I probably will.
Hard to play though.
And it was kind of serendipitous or whatever, but because when I started producing the song, I was you know, I knew I wanted to have some kind of a Charlie says he likes it a lot.
Oh, that's nice.
That's great. Thank you so much for the feedback.
Thanks, Charlie.
It's wonderful to hear that. I kind of had an idea that I wanted to go in this sort of Nashville direction, and so I was using this like sample. He says, "On my hands, please."
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do it for him. All right, I'll finish my little tale here.
I just gotta go through my head. But
Yeah, just kind of run through it. You know, we're all just friends and family here, so.
Yeah, I don't want to mess up for Charlie though.
Nice. Yeah, I have to say the kids have been requesting "On My Hands" in the car.
The weird thing is, I don't know if I can play the mid section in that song, so I can't remember how it goes right now.
We'll just take some time now. I'll ramble.
Okay.
You fiddle around with it. Yes, pedal steel. So I downloaded this Nashville plugin, and I was working in that, and I noticed that the pedal steel guy that had added the pedal steel samples to this plugin was a fellow by the name of Kyle Everson, and there was a whole kind of video about Kyle and his friends producing the sounds for this sample pack in Nashville in a studio in Berry Hill, and I just thought, well, what the heck, I'll reach out to the guy. So I sent him a DM on his Instagram, and he was like, yeah, sure. And I think he did it for like a couple $100 or something. He gave me like a friends and family rate, and he plays steel with like a bunch of, you know, established touring Nashville artists. So I thought that was pretty cool that he wanted to do that, and his parts kind of helped to set the tone for the rest of the production.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah.
I was thinking I can probably play the first verse and the chorus, and
Yeah.
then I have to stop there.
Yeah.
That's all best I can do. At least to get a little taste of it.
All right.
Okay.
That's great, Misha. Thanks so much. Well, here, this one's for you, Charlie.
I'm gonna play just the verse and the chorus, and that's about as far as I can get through it.
Oh, because there's like a bridge part.
Yeah, and I haven't practiced this in so long. I can't remember how it goes.
Yeah.
We'll get a verse and a chorus.
Okay, that's awesome. And an intro, I guess.
Yeah. I'm
So-
gonna play it just first.
So here is the abbreviated version of "On My Hands."
Okay. I am a figment of nature. I have nothing left in my hands. To be or not to be, I am. There's nothing left, it's on my hands. It's on just get through it.
So there's a taste. There's a taste of it. I have to say, I have to take responsibility for that one not working out, because Charlie and I talked about it earlier today, and so I knew that I was supposed to ask Misha. Oh yeah, don't forget to do On My Hands. Oh, there's the middle part.
I could get it.
Da, you're almost there. Da.
What's next line in
I give.
it? No.
That's it.
That's not
You just
right.
gotta go one fret
I think
higher.
that's all I can
Bra, bra.
do. No, that's all I can do for it. Was sorry, sorry.
No,
Charlie.
no, that's cool.
I played some of it though.
As I was saying, Charlie and I spoke about it this morning, and I was like, okay, I gotta remember to tell Misha. Oh yeah, we can't forget to do On My Hands.
Completely forgot.
But that's awesome of you, man, to go through as much of that as you could. And that's available on the store too. I'm not sure if I specifically added it to the merch table for the live stream, but you can go into the Enabler Records Shopify store, and the On My Hands single is there, as well as some nice branded merch as well. I did notice that none of the I was gonna say old folks have managed to log in
Oh, that's too bad.
to the site yet. My mom says that they're having problems. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little bit of customer support right now. So bear with me while I go onto their. I'm gonna go onto my Shopify site, go into customers, and I'm gonna try resend account invite. I'm gonna do that. Strong. And I'm gonna do that for Strong as well. No, I won't do that.
So nobody's on right now?
Oh no, my kids are on, and my sister is on.
What do Julie?
Reset account password. Reset.
Too bad I didn't rehearse On My Hands.
Oh, no worries,
Everything
man.
was-
It's all good. That's what makes this great, is that it's like
I haven't played it.
we're just kind of improvising in real time.
Yeah. Just a little taste of it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the version of Finisher Run.
That's what being a performer is all about, is on the fly, doing things
Yeah.
on the fly.
Well, I promised you a verse and a chorus.
Cool. Yeah, so why don't you, I think you mentioned
Julie?
doing Julia. Whenever you mention that song, it always brings me back to
Who Julie was.
the kindergarten days, the Waldorf days.
Yeah.
Hmm.
When Julie was like the most beautiful girl, right?
Well, I think in your eyes, right?
In my eyes.
Which is why I think you wrote the song.
Oh, I wrote the song. I started off in the 90s writing the idea, and then I got the mid part in about 2000s. So it's a combination of like 20 years.
Yeah.
But
It always makes me kind of think of the kind of song that John Lennon or Paul McCartney wrote, in the kind of early Beatles days.
oh wow.
One of those kind of beautiful love songs.
Yeah, it was just pure love, that song. Okay, should I play it?
And I guess it makes sense, right? Because you grew up listening to a lot of Beatles
Yeah,
records
of
with your
course.
parents. So,
Of course. Well, it's the only love song I ever wrote, pretty much. So,
well, it's a treat then. So let's hear it.
yeah. Beauty, beautiful, truly,
I love it. It has an aspect, and this is another thing kind of that kind of takes me back to being teenagers together, and the Nirvana Unplugged album.
Ah, cool.
It almost brings to mind something like their cover of "The Man Who Sold the World," the
Nice.
David Bowie song.
They don't have a lot of love songs either, do they? Nirvana.
Yeah, well,
It's a few. Right?
a lot of their songs were like very poetic and like sort of stream of consciousness, kind of like piece things together, very painterly almost.
Yeah.
Like I think he thought of himself more as like a painter of words.
He always said that somebody said it every time he picked up guitar, he would just start playing something that was original.
Yeah.
Like every time he picked up guitar, he was just that inspired.
Yeah, I think that was Dave Grohl that said that
Was
actually.
it?
Yeah. So I'm just texting with my mom. They're having trouble getting into the site.
Oh no.
I reactivated my mom's account, so she should have gotten an email about it. But
How long are we on for? About 15, 20 now?
oh, technology.
Technology.
That's kind of the thing, though, is like you do this, the first time you do this, and then everyone has to sort out, like, oh, how do you log into the store? How does this work?
Too bad.
But that's cool. We got Charlie, we got Matilda, we got Alice. Maybe we got Sarah somewhere in there. Yeah, I like that's a song where it's like you have a really like like one of those like undeniable kind of like simple strummers in open position.
It's a very simple song.
And it has a cool kind of riff on the chord, which becomes kind of like a hook, and then it's like a song that is like in that kind of classic open position strummer sort of world. It's like it can kind of fall apart unless it has it can kind of sometimes it can kind of hinge on like where it goes to and where it delivers.
Okay.
And I think your song really delivers in the bridge,
Wow.
because it just it adds a really nice variety.
I made it, so I'm gonna go Sapphire next.
Oh, it's a beautiful departure. And then you coming back to it. It feels so nice. I think if I'm looking at my list here, I think the next song that we have coming up is one that I just absolutely adore, and it's a great example of how you can really like take a listener on a journey with your songs. So I feel like maybe I'll just shut up and let you play it.
Ask me why.
Love.
Oh, Love.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Ask Me Why.
I mean, that's also a journey, but I mean, Love is like, it's like a mystical psychedelic journey.
Okay, this one's an old one too. 2000, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try and get through it.
Yeah, that always just takes me on a journey, that song.
I was wrong. I was thinking I was playing. It's actually 98 or something.
Yeah, going
thought it
back
was
to the
2000.
90s yet again.
98, I think it was.
I guess I'll have to start saying in our advertisements, for
This one's
fans
from
of
the 90s.
1998.
This one's from 1998.
When I hear you perform that, it makes me think to myself, like, how do you come up with a song like that? Like, do you have any? I know you wrote it a long time ago, but when there's so many parts like that are all kind of so well interconnected, like, how do you kind of go from part to part, and how do you kind of make them all make sense?
Well, the song kind of has to write itself. I think you probably know that from the songs you've written. Like, the songs kind of write themselves. You just have to kind of get out of the way and let them write.
Right.
You also have you want to create something. Like, I gotta pull something out of thin air. Like, I'm gonna take a moment and just pull it out of thin air and make sure, just capture something and keep going with it as much as you can. Hopefully, you get to the end of it. Sometimes I write songs and I can't. I just have an idea and then I lose it, or the phone rings, or whatever.
Yeah.
But that one, I got through it all to the end, and it was. It's just you get the urge to have to create something, and then it just writes itself. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I was kind of as you were talking there, I was kind of thinking about Metallica and their creative process, and like, I think in some ways it might be similar where, I think at least starting out, you started from a kind of a place of writing with riffs, and then connecting riffs, and I know
it's
that
like riffs, totally.
yeah,
One riff into the next, into the next.
yeah, and I think that's like how they work too, is they come up with sort of like a huge grab bag of riffs,
Yeah.
and then I think
You fit them together. It's like a
they
puzzle.
fit them together like a puzzle,
Yeah.
which is I think the probably the like peak of that was the And Justice for All album, where it was just like, it's like riff soup,
Yeah, riff after riff.
but you can tell that it's like very well worked over. What's
I
that?
can't remember. It's one of the off the Justice for All songs.
Oh yeah.
You can't remember what it's called?
It's not coming to mind, that one. It's like I want it to be Harvester of Sorrow, but
Maybe
I don't think it
Harvester,
is.
so
Is
I'm not
it?
Sure. Could be.
Yes,
That's what we were saying.
riffs, Metallica, going on the journey, and then I think what happens is that they just work them into a very finely honed point, like Lars and James. I think they work those riffs.
You were asking about how to write that song. Like, my mom always tells me, I mean, I write lots of songs, and sometimes they're not that good. And sometimes they're better.
Yeah.
And it's priming the pump. And it's just like keep practicing and practicing, and then eventually something will appear out of all those hours of practice where you can write a song with.
Yeah, I remember one of the first times I heard that sentiment was like, again, back in the 90s. But it was like in a guitar magazine, Jerry Cantrell from Alice in Chains was saying, you have to write just hundreds of bad songs
Yeah, that's right.
before you get a good one.
Yeah, 1 out of 20 usually. 1 out of 20.
And I think that's something that even now, as a songwriter, semi-pro, where it seems like I could probably open up my songs more to additional input and feedback. Like co-writing is still something that's kind of a new concept to me.
That's a great idea. We used to co-write when we were younger.
Yeah, like when you're in a band, right? Like the Rolling Stones, it's all one big co-write.
Is it? I didn't know that.
Well, they all just get in a room and come up, and then they just get into a riff and see where it goes.
I didn't know that.
Well, Keith Richards probably brings the riffs to the table, and then Mick struts around
Yeah.
and makes some sounds.
Wow. Everybody works differently.
Yeah, no, for sure. All right. Well, this is another song. The next one on the list is something that we've been working on in the studio. That is
Hopefully it'll be released sometime.
going to be one of the next singles. Maybe not, because I think Mesmerize is going to go next, and then after Mesmerize, probably this song, Ask Me Why.
Okay. Ask me why, don't tell me why. There's a reason for everything. Like to say with my lips closed. Standing in a fearsome pose. Ask me to and I'll do it for you. So that it can unfold. Ask me why and I'll show you why. It's the purpose of everything, yeah. Ask me why and I will tell you why. There's a reason for everything. Like to say with my lips so close. Standing where you can't be shown. Ask me to and I'll do it for you. So that it can be told. Ask me why and I'll show you why. It's the purpose of everything, yeah.
That's another one that goes pretty far out there. Like at a certain point, I guess in the bridge, like I get that feeling of like my feet leave the ground there for a minute. Na, 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 na.
I wrote that part in 2009, 10. The idea was from first the 90s,
Yeah,
but that part was written in 2010.
and you've mentioned that a few times. I think, like about something that you wrote a long time ago, and then
Peace,
it kind of it cycles back around, right? It comes
Yeah.
back around,
yeah, for sure.
and then it kind of like finds its home in another idea, and then you kind of it just sort of feels right.
Well, I wrote the first part, and then the second part together, and then the third part was years later.
Yeah.
It was years later.
Sometimes it's like a feel thing, right? It's like,
Yeah,
how does the song feel?
yeah.
And if it feels right, then it's done. And if it doesn't feel right, it's probably not done.
Yeah, that's 1 out of 20, right?
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to go out on one more song.
I don't know what that is.
We're at about 40 minutes.
Whoa, that's a fast 40 minutes.
Yeah, it goes by fast, eh? But it's been great having everybody that managed to log in. Unfortunately, my mom has not been able to get in. The site has been spinning around. I'm imagining it's an internet related thing, like a connectivity thing. But we'll do this again sometime soon, and hopefully by then we'll have ironed out the issues. And
And
been
sorry to Charlie that I couldn't play all of On My Hands.
Oh yeah.
Next time if we do it again, I'll definitely get all the way through it.
Yeah. We'll be sure to get a full version of On My Hands on the next one. And yeah, it's just been really fun.
It was fun. Yeah.
It's been fun to just like interact with people in the chat, and just to be able to do this. I feel like we've been kind of talking about, doing this for a long time, getting the songs, getting them recorded,
Yeah.
getting them on the website, like making the Shopify store.
I'm really
And then-
excited about the one I just played that you're producing.
Yeah, ask me why.
That's gonna sound like you got great ideas for that.
Yeah,
Like the piano idea. I love that idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're having a good time working together. Like, we've known each other since we were like little kids in kindergarten, and I've always just been a huge, even after we stopped working together, I've always been a huge fan of Misha's music over the years, and hoped that it would get a proper production. And
your production make a huge difference. I mean, it's nice to sit and play like this, but hearing something with everything in it is what I've always wanted all these years. Having drums and bass and keyboards and everything, and having you produce it. It's great that you can finally do that. You can finally do that.
And I know like firsthand how that feels too when you can finally get your music produced the way that you hear it in your head.
It's like a dream come true.
So it makes me feel happy to be able to participate in that process, with you.
Yeah.
So we'll do one more.
Oh, okay. I thought that was it. I don't know what else.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you so much, Alice. Yeah, it's great getting the feedback in the chat. I mean, we would be doing this together anyway, even if we weren't doing a live stream, but it's just so much more fun to have you guys here with us. My mom says she's going to try one more time. Probably just in time for us to be done. But again, yeah, it's been really fun. And I think you're going to do If You Lose.
Oh, If You Lose. So I can get through the first verse, and I can promise you a verse and chorus, and that's about it.
Okay, that's right. So this is another like hot off the press song that is still in progress. But Misha's going to give us
the first.
It's
a really sad one. So I'll give you a verse and a chorus.
Going to give us the first half.
Okay. Next time I'll definitely have to remember the next verse. How does it start? The first line. I was just a child in a heaven. You were there, watching every move in our eyes. We would stare, missing something dearly from this world, in this life. There was a wrong decision that was made, wasn't right. Everything has gone brown, has gone gray, has gone black. Where have you gone? Please come back, please come back. Maybe it's the ones you worship are the ones that make you pay. 'Cause once you give them that power, take your innocence away. Meanwhile, is it the ones you love are the ones you have to lose? I will never make that deal, even if I have to lose.
Yay!
Well, I got to the second verse. I came back to me.
Nice,
Promised the
man.
verse and the chorus, but I got the last one.
That's awesome. What a treat. What a great way to end the live stream. That's a cool tune. I'm super excited to do that one too
Nice.
in the studio sometime soon. I think that one's got a lot of potential.
Violin or something.
I feel like some of those chord voicings that you're doing in the chorus or bring to mind like a kind of like Andy Summers from the Police kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Some of those like stretch voicings that you're doing.
Oh yeah, like that.
Yeah, when you're stacking fifths like that. Oh yeah, look at those chords. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
You're
Andy
giving her
Summers.
up high there.
Andy Summers does that. Eh?
Yeah, he does like, well, there's that classic thing that he does in Every Breath You Take where he stacks the fifths.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom. That's how he gets that sound.
Okay. Get the feeling you want to play it.
Hmm?
I always get the feeling you want to play it.
That would be another good Misha Gallman cover. We were
As far
there.
as I
That's
can-
it.
As far as I can get in there. Something like that.
It's something like that, exactly. Yeah, we were discussing about doing having a strategy of doing covers and then using those to like basically like build interest and drive traffic to our own stuff. It's something that's worked fairly well with some of my songs. I did a cover of a Corey Hart song, Never Surrender, and
That's a great song.
I'm able to attract some subscribers from that. And I'm going to be actually, probably the next thing that Andrew Johnston puts out is going to be a Van Halen cover.
No way.
Yeah, but with no guitar solo.
Yeah, right.
That's the thing. But lots of pedal steel, so be on the
That sounds
lookout
good,
for a Van Halen song with lots of pedal steel, lots of
Look forward to hearing
synthesizers,
it. Look forward to hearing it.
and a horn section.
Wow.
But yeah, so for tonight, we're gonna leave it there with "If You Lose" by Misha Gallman, and we're gonna sign off here. So thank
Again,
you so
sorry
much.
I couldn't finish on my hands for you, Charlie, but next time we'll get it right.
Yes, we will, and we did get a complete version of "If You Lose," so I feel like we kind of came out on top in the end.
I did stop halfway through, but then it came back to me.
It came back.
Yeah.
See, it came back, just like the songs of yesteryear.
This year, yeah.
So I'm gonna stop streaming.
Thank you.
And we'll leave it here for tonight. And I love you all. It's been lovely
Thank
to
you.
see you. Charlie and Matilda, be good to mom and get to bed at
Thanks,
a reasonable
Alice.
hour. And Alice, I hope you're having a lovely time in
Too bad about
Kingston.
your folks, but maybe they can watch it after or something.
Yeah. And this video will be for anyone that couldn't log in. I know my mom. My mom is pretty disappointed that she couldn't get in.
Aw,
So
it's too bad.
I'm gonna let her know that the video will be available.
Okay. Thanks, Andrew, for that.
For a rental, free rent. It'll be a free rental for a couple of months or something. Video on demand.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna stop
Thanks,
this thing.
Thanks, Andrew.